Hello everyone, in this video I'll be playing as Dehaka in Starcraft 2 co-op. Dehaka is a hero-based class and you get access to essentially the Zerg campaign units. So you get stuff like Primal Zergling, Primal Host. In particular for my strategy, I'll mainly just be using Zerglings, Roaches, and Hydras. And later on I'll be mixing in Mutalisks as well. As for my mastery, nothing too specific here. I've just kind of mixed it 50-50. At first glance, though, if you did want to focus a few things, you could maybe put some more into Dehaka attack speed, perhaps. But I don't have anything too specific to say about this. A lot of the buffs just seem, I don't know, about equal in power. Like duration of pack leaders versus cooldown of the Primal Worm. They're both good, so it's 50-50. Anyway, so that's basically it, and let's get to the game. Alright, so the game is started. Start of the game, pretty usual stuff. Just spam your create harvester hotkey. My ally this game is going to be Stukov, I believe that's his name. The way he works is his units will spawn in like little waves, but they automatically die after like a minute or something. So which basically means we just have to do somewhat kind of like wave-based pushing sort of thing. Anyway, so Dehaka has a somewhat unique form of unit creation. All of his unit creating structures, as I'm pretty sure, have a charge-based summoning thing. So basically, when I want to create a drone, I now have to wait for the next charge to be available. This essentially means that at the start of the game, Dehaka gets access to drones slightly faster, but then I think because of the cooldown, I think it then balances out a little. But I think overall, it's a hair faster than regular. Alright, so Dehaka, another very unique thing about him is unlike most of the heroes in the game, Dehaka's hero spawns after like 1 minute. So you can actually start attacking the enemies really quick if you want to. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my Devour ability and then just do a little bit of juking here. So basically, Devour instantly kills one enemy, but the stronger the unit is, the longer the cooldown is. So if you take out a Zealot with like 1 health, your Devour cooldown is going to be like 2 seconds. But if you try to take out a Zealot with like 20, or rather full health, then your cooldown will be like 30 seconds or something. And it's actually probably still too long, but that's kind of the gist of it. This looks like they've got an incoming attack wave based on their pass. I tell you this is... Okay, Zealots. I was actually going to say they were Vikings, but that wouldn't have made any sense because these are Protoss. I'm going to use my W here, which really slows down the enemies, and with very basic juking, you can avoid taking any damage with that. And yeah, Dehaka can easily handle that. So let me go ahead and allocate a few drones to my extractors. And then I'm also going to create a Primal Hive. Worth mentioning that in reality, you should really create your Primal Hives the second you hit 400 minerals. I was just a little distracted there, so it's suboptimal. And then aside from that, I'm going to start creating my barracks equivalent to Dehaka. It's actually the exact same hotkey, BB, for Summon Primal Warden. And much like I mentioned earlier, this is going to be charge-based, so you want quite a few of these if you want to be able to recuperate your army in any reasonable amount of time. And that's basically it for all I can do right now, because I have to wait for these to finish constructing. And also I'm going to go help out my ally by destroying the Void Shard. The Void Shards, I think when you destroy them you get like 4 extra minutes or something like that. So if you're really slow, you can actually run out of time on this map. Personally though, I think I've probably like timed out once ever, so it's pretty minimal concern. Anyway, these are about to wrap up here, and once these are done, I'll send a few Zerglings over. The reason why I didn't really bother using Dehaka to attack this, well, first off, once again, slightly suboptimal. I should have used Dehaka, but it isn't actually much of a loss because Dehaka's attack speed is terrible. He attacks every 1.8 seconds, and that's with a 10% attack speed increase. So that means base is going to be 2 seconds, and it's just pathetic. It's like if Dehaka is attacking this, so let's see. So that would be 20 damage a second, so that would take like 2,250 seconds, which I think would be something like 25 minutes. Yeah, so you just cannot kill anything with Dehaka early on. But later on, his attack speed's still terrible, but he becomes acceptable. So the cool little trick you can do here is all of Dehaka's, well, most of Dehaka's buildings have, most of Dehaka's buildings have the ability to uproot and then attack the enemies. So what you can do is you create your primal hive, and then you use your 5 unit charges, and then you just uproot it and start attacking the debris. And that's what makes it really good if you remember to create the primal hive earlier than I did. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to be creating is Glivig's Den. This is a den that unlocks one of the Dehaka's like super abilities. You have to. Eventually we'll get access to 2 more as we continue to build them, Mervar's Den and Dockrun's Den. Dockrun is a Ultralisk that's like a super Ultralisk, and Mervar is a super whatever the one that goes into the ground and summons little locusts is called. Swarm? Yeah, Swarm Host, that's what it is. So yeah, that's the gist of that. Just make sure you use your units to take out the debris here. And let's see, 3, 21. And I'm also going to get my next level of unit upgrades to start researching. Also, I still have 8 minutes, so no time rush at all, really. One cool thing about Dehaka's buildings is that you can create extractors without having to use your drones to do it, which is a nice little bonus. Let's see how many drones are queued up currently. 0. Okay, so that means I need 2 more. And let's go ahead and get some Hydras. And I like to just set the rally points straight onto the Dehaka, because, I mean, basically they're always going to be moving with him anyway. So, use my W here. I mean, it's not particularly surprising. I mean, at the end of the day, those were Zerglings, so. Use the upgrade that. Alright, looks like Dehaka's probably going to die. Yeah. Alright, that's no big deal. Revives in a minute and a half. A little bit suboptimal on my part, but Dehaka will be back in time. Alright, next up I'm going to create a lot more of my dens. As you can see there, my unit production was being severely capped by the insufficient amount of charges. I'm going to go ahead and just create 8. So I'll create the other 2. It's barely enough space. I'll place them up here. That's decent. And then after that, just once again kind of relocate my units here. Put them all on control group 2. And from here, I'll be researching increased movement speed for roaches and increased Hydra movement speed. I guess since I don't have any roaches yet, I'll get the Hydra one first. And I also need to create some more drones. Taka should be up within a minute. I think 2 seconds. There we go. Oh, now that's interesting. So Dehaka can devour a drone to reduce his revive time by 20 seconds. I can see that being useful if you were about to lose the game. In my case, though, definitely no point in that. Alright, so I'm going to get some Zerglings and a few roaches here, and then we can go ahead and attack our enemy.
The Alexander.
There we go. And now it's time to attack the enemy. Next up, we're going to get the Chitinous Plating upgrade. That gives increases Dehaka's armor by 3, which is a pretty significant, like percentage-wise, boost. So here, just focused avoid shards, pretty simple stuff. And I'm also, because I'm a little gas starved, I'm going to create a few extra Zerglings than I usually would.
Not today, Avon. We'll obliterate every void shard you stick in the ground.
Okay, and with that, next up is the bonus. So this is a air unit only bonus, which for some reason quite a few of the ones in the Starcraft 2 co-op mode are. So if you have any melee units, I recommend burrowing them so that you don't accidentally get them stuck in your F2 select all army units, because they're going to be useless. Get a couple more roaches here. Somehow, I guess I didn't burrow a single Zergling. Okay, there we go. So this unit here has a couple of abilities. He has EMP, which will freeze all nearby units, which is this ability. And then he has Missile Run, which will kill, I'm pretty sure instant kill, any unit that is within the red region. Yeah, unfortunately, Dehaka himself is pretty wimpy against this, so it's basically just my Hydras. That's not the effective way to do that. So I lost like one Hydra there. That's not too big of a deal. I'm gonna upgrade my primal regeneration just to keep my units alive.
I believe the enemy wishes to test our defenses.
And that's just about it for this fight. Here we go. So let's uproot all of these guys. There we go. Okay. And with that, let's get another level of upgrades here. And I'm going to use Dehaka's attack speed slowdown. And I'm also going to get the next den. Should have done this earlier. For some reason I thought I was already building it. Nah, I'm probably not going to use any of those. Okay. Alright, so let's head up this way. I'm going to use one of my greater worms here just because they have a cap of 3, so I might as well get one activated. Next up, I'll research detection. Now I can see invisible units, which I think won't actually appear in this region. I don't think they start to appear until like the 3rd and 4th, but still useless to have either way. Or useful, I meant to say. Looks like that unit died instantly. That's an error on my part. I'm going to suck up the Void Ray, which will give the Dehaka access to a ranged attack. And now he's actually doing quite a bit of damage. 110 damage with a 0.5 second attack rate. So that's pretty solid now. Let's max out Devour and Deadly Reach. Deadly Reach makes it so Dehaka can attack air units without needing to devour an air unit first. Also worth mentioning, you can actually instantly kill a hybrid behemoth. However, it will give you an extremely long cooldown on your Devour, so I don't recommend it unless you're desperate. That'd probably be like at least a 2-minute cooldown. Okay. Primal Hosts are decent, but I'm probably not going to end up using any. Also, set that one there.
Our enemies provoke us. We will answer.
And pretty simple stuff here, just waiting to kill these structures. I guess I'll do Leap 2. Doesn't make too much of a difference there.
A simple but welcome victory.
And there we go. Looks like my ally is looks like I'm gonna need to get over here because these units are actually extremely powerful against all the little wimps from Stukov. So.
Let's lay down the law, commanders.
And also, once I'm available, I'm going to use Dehaka to leap and slow. Alright, next upgrade will be, I guess just another level of leap. And let's get a few more roaches going just to get a couple of meat shields up. Doesn't look like I actually have too many roaches right now. So the next bonus is over here, so I'm going to work my way there before I wrap up the mission. Alright, I'll just take a Void Ray. Carrier would add too much time. Also, I guess I'll show you Dehaka's, like, I guess you could call it the hero's ultimate ability. It's not actually very powerful though. It does 130 damage, has 3 charges, and a medium-small region. I almost never end up using it just because, like, it's basically only good against like Zerglings, but you also have Leap for that. So I don't really know what the point is, but it's there. Okay, something tells me it's gonna land on all my Hydras. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, Alright, lost a ton of units there. Now, to be fair, this is also just terrible pathing on my part. I'm not very good at micro. Usually I just do basic macro. Just dodge up, and let's wrap this up. There we go. So that's it for the bonus in this level. As far as bonuses go, it's one of the easier ones. Yeah, like I'd probably say like bottom 5 of bonuses as far as difficulty goes. I guess I'll do a level of Intimidating Roar. Guess I might as well use my ultimate for some reason. Another level of healing. And I will take in a Corsair. And then I'll just head up and take out the Void Slivers. I guess I'll also start the construction of my final hero ability. Doesn't really matter much at this point. Haven't even used the other 2 yet. But I guess I might as well. Okay, so here is this guy. Here is Super Swarm Host. And here's some Greater Primal Worms. Yeah, so essentially red guy is a big Primal Worm. A little extra powerful, and I think he spawns like a couple of Zerglings or something. He also can shoot out a little Heat Wave. And then, so this guy, the other one, if he's still alive, yeah, there he is. He is the equivalent of a Swarm Host, as I already mentioned. And he summons 6 Primal Locusts and 6 Explosive Creepers every 10 seconds. And then he also can shoot out a Cloud of Smoke, which prevents enemy units and structures from attacking, which is pretty good.
Now that's what I like to see. Void shard.
And let's see if this will finish in time. Maybe, probably not though. I guess I'll delay a little bit here so we can see the final guy. That's gonna be a long delay actually. 30 seconds? I'll just run around slowly here collecting up some essence while I delay. Surprised that my ally hasn't decided to do anything yet. Oh, he realized. Well, no, that actually might just be auto attack. And I have to wait another minute. Okay, I'm not waiting another minute. Essentially, that's Super Ultralisk. He has the ability to charge and stun units in a region. And I think that's basically it. He's decent. Yeah, so pretty easy mission. Definitely one of the easier ones. Dehaka strategy, as you saw, pretty simple stuff. Spam Hydralisks, spam Roaches, easy game. Guess for fun here, we can look at some of the score screens before we wrap this up. So, just showing off that it is brutal. 22,000 extra. And then we have some basic stats here. So I killed 326 units and structures. He killed 194. He produced 1,200 units, and I produced 200 because he does the auto unit production. Somehow he gathered 10,000 less minerals. Not sure how that ended up happening. And I did double the damage to shards, and the other 4 stats are kind of irrelevant. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.